Hello everyone, welcome to Career Talk. Today we are going to talk about employee stock option plans, ESOPs versus the cash component. These days in the offer letters there are two major components. One is the cash component, which is a part of the salary, and the other component is the employee stock option plan, which in simple words is nothing but the company's shares. Most of us, whether we are freshers or mid-level or senior level people, at times we do not understand the nitty-gritty of how ESOPs work. So we do not know how should be the balance between the cash component and the ESOP in our offer letter. So today we are going to discuss that. But before I start, I would request you to subscribe to the channel if you have not done it already, and also press the bell icon for all notifications. So as far as the ESOP is concerned, the devil is in the detail. So most times we focus on the cash component and we ask the right questions to the HR with respect to how much is the fixed component, how much is the variable component, but we don't deep dive into the ESOPs and ask the right questions. So here are some of the important pointers to evaluate your offer letter with respect to ESOPs. ESOPs is not an obligation, but it is actually an option given to the employee, which means the employee has an option to buy the shares of the company at a fixed price during a specific time period. And then there is something called as vesting. Vesting period is nothing but the waiting period. In this, the company can put certain conditions, like in the first year of employment you can vest X number of shares, in this next year of employment you can vest another X percentage of shares. So while evaluating the ESOP plan, you need to be very careful about the vesting period and the associated terms and conditions. Then one more important thing is the buyback. You should look at the history of the company and see what kind of buyback has this company done in the past. One thing is clear, that ESOPs have a higher long-term value as compared to the cash component. So if you are joining a company like a Microsoft or Amazon or Google, a well-known company, and you are pretty sure that this company is going to do good in the next 5 to 10 years, so you should not be worried at all about how the shares will do. So you should not be much worried about the share price. You are very certain that this is going to grow, and that's why it doesn't matter whether the cash component is more or the ESOPs is more. So that's why you are not worried that if you get a lot of ESOPs you will lose money. But if you're going to join a startup, then you need to evaluate what kind of funding source does this startup have, what kind of product does this startup bring to the market, what kind of consumers or users are using this product. What do you think, or how do you trust that this startup is going to do in future? And that's how you should evaluate how much of a cash component versus how much of ESOPs should you have on your offer letter. Because if there are a lot of ESOPs and if the company does not do well in future, then you will lose that money. Rather, you would have more of the cash component and then take all that money home. I already did a video on this channel where I have described exactly what are the various components in the salary structure, and a package of 70 lakhs may actually not mean 70 lakh cash component. It may mean a significant amount is going into ESOPs. You can click on this video and see the details there. That's all for today in this video. Do comment if you have any other questions on this topic. I will try to answer as much as I can. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye for now.